Well, Tim, it started in Adelaide 2005, and somewhat ironically, with the way the calendar works now, we finish in Adelaide this year, which will be your final round at the head of Tickford. What do you remember about that first weekend back in 2005?
Wow. Well, I remember anyone who worked in Formula One in the 90s, when Adelaide was the last event of the Formula One calendar, that was the best Formula One event of all time. It was just the best Formula One event. And I do remember being at that supercar event, my first one, as you say, at the beginning of 2005, thinking, wow, this is actually just like it was when I was here for Formula One.
It's 18 years at the helm for you. What do you regard as the finest result for the team over that period? That first Bathurst win was pretty special in 2013. Not just for the team, but for me personally. It's a childhood dream, isn't it? It's what you grow up watching as a kid. Sitting with your dad and your granddad. But great to win a championship as well. But I don't know. For me, there's just something special about Bathurst. The championship was amazing, to achieve that as well. But yeah, you can't beat a Bathurst. Okay, so we've got to pull Bathurst out. We've got to pull the championship out. For Tim Edwards, what race stands out?
Well, the one that I remember year on year is that 2012 when Triple Eight and ourselves won every single race for the whole year, and we were in Barbagallo, and that finish where we went into the last lap with Wilbur in the lead, with very second-hand tyres, Jamie right up his arse, Frosty right on him. And that was the famous, Duddo quote, have him or have him off. And we came out with a 1-2, the euphoria of that, it was down to the wire. It gives me goosebumps actually thinking about it now. That was a great race finish, it really was.
As part of your management position at Tickford, you've been involved in the Supercars Commission, the Supercars Board, committees, subcommittees. What do you feel has been the biggest thing that you've been part of delivering for the sport when you're on any of those boards, commissions, committees?
Well, it's a long time. So I've literally, I think it's about 16 years straight. It's hard to pinpoint one thing because so many things have happened over a 16-year period. I mean, look, I really enjoyed my time on the board, and that was when obviously Tony Cochran was the chairman, and I learned a huge amount off Tony. It's probably why I tend to bias the way I think about the sport is we're in show business. We're here to entertain people, and whereas other people are probably more focused on the technicalities of the sport, and that's important. But for me, the show and how we entertain people is hugely important, and I think I got that from my time on the board with Tony, and so I think that's probably influenced the way I've behaved on the commission for the last 10 or 12 years. We did some cool stuff back then. That's when we had Pink doing adverts for us, and it was, we did some cool stuff.
You've been in this sport for a long time, doing this role for a very long time. Cam's win at the Gold Coast, when they interviewed you, that was as emotional as I've heard you after a win. How much did that one mean?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I wasn't actually going to reference that because I thought I'd go for something more historical when you said about memorable race results. Yeah, that was pretty special because, particularly as you put it, it's been a tough year, and so yeah, I was. But so were a lot of the team. That was like the pressure cooker burst at that point. So it was pretty special.
Well, thanks, Tim. In 2005, the team's best result was Jason Bright on Sunday with an 11th. So certainly hope that the team can deliver you a better result than that this weekend. And I hope that we see plenty of happy Tim over the course of this weekend and not angry Tim this weekend.
No. It'll definitely be happy Tim. Something happened over last Christmas where I was just getting inundated by people saying, oh, you're not as angry as you look on television. So prior to Scafie and Jess picking up on it and making a big deal out of it, I was already copping it from the public. So I thought, oh, I need to bloody improve my persona.
There's a merchandise possibility there for you in the future,
Yeah,
mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.